I do not own Biker Mice from Mars, Initial D, or any of its characters. No money was made from this production. Biker Mice from Mars belongs to Rick Unger, and Initial D belongs to Suichi Shigeno. Biker Mice from Mars, Mountain Drift. Chapter 7. Meet the Alien. Florida, sometime later. Charlie and Vinnie had just arrived at the national park where Modo's signal was coming from. It was moving right towards them.
Could they make this road any more bumpy?
Charlie asked as she drove. That's when they saw a pickup truck slowly driving down the road with Modo's bike in the back.
Modo!
Vinnie exclaimed. On instinct, he jumped out of Charlie's truck and ran up in front of the pickup as it slammed on its brakes, stopping inches from hitting him. Vinnie saw Modo in the passenger seat. His heart raced as he ran over to the passenger side of the cab and opened the door. "One of your bros, I assume?" the driver asked Modo, clearly irritated. He then turned to Vinnie.
I nearly hit you! What were you thinking? You could have ended up roadkill, you dumbass!
But Vinnie was too worried about Modo to listen or even consider the insult. He instantly threw his arms around Modo in a tight embrace, failing to hold in tears of relief. Even though Modo was completely drained, he was surprised by Vinnie's behavior. Normally he was headstrong and confident. The crash must have sent him into a deep shock, maybe even into a depressive state.
Hey, it's okay, Vin. Easy on the waterworks. It's good to see you too,
Modo said, patting Vinnie on the back. Charlie then walked up from her truck to the driver's side of the pickup that Modo was in.
You helped Modo?
She asked the driver. He needed the help. I was just trying to do the right thing, the young 18-year-old said as he got out of the pickup. He had blonde hair and fair skin, wearing some light camping attire. So I guess you're friends with this guy?
Yeah, we are. What's your name, kid?
Charlie asked.
Hey, my name's Jaden Skylark, and I'm no kid.
Jaden snapped, even more irritated than before.
I'm 18 years old. Jeez, how old do I look to you, lady? 8?
No, but you sure can act like it.
Charlie quipped back with some wit. Jaden just rolled his eyes in response and laughed. I'm not surprised by that one. I've heard worse, he said. Maybe you should start from the beginning, Miss...
Charlene Davidson. But you can call me Charlie.
Manuel parked his car outside his apartment complex, Takumi parking the 8-6 in the spot next to him. They walked up the steps to his apartment. Okay, now swear you won't freak out, Manuel said, pausing outside his door.
Why would we freak out?
Iketani asked.
Manuel, what is the big deal?
Just put your right hand up and say, I swear on our friendship, and as God is my witness, I won't tell anyone about this. Okay? Manuel said, annoyance in his voice. Takumi, Itsuki, and Iketani looked at each other. They finally shrugged, and they held their right hand up and repeated the phrase. I swear on our friendship, and as God is my witness, I won't tell anyone about this. Manuel felt less than reassured. He got out his key and unlocked his apartment door. They walked in. Throttle? Manuel said as they walked into the kitchen. You still here? I called you earlier about wanting to introduce my pen pal and his friends. Throttle then limped into view on one of his crutches from around the corner. Iketani's breathing increased to a panicked level upon sight of Throttle, even more so when he saw he was the real deal and it was not a costume as he first assumed. Itsuki was starting to stammer on words in Japanese, pointing at Throttle. Even Takami was wide-eyed, and he was usually the most mellow and understanding of the group. I forbid any of you to freak out, Manuel snapped, looking at Takami, Itsuki, and Ikutani. And Itsuki, you better not scream. Unfortunately, Itsuki let loose with a loud, blood-curdling scream before Manuel could finish. Throttle flattened his ears upon hearing the high-pitched wail. Even Manuel covered his. Ikutani immediately slapped his hand over Itsuki's mouth as Manuel slammed his apartment door shut, hoping in vain that no one had heard Itsuki. Manuel paused, catching his breath and his nerve, then stormed over to Itsuki.
Ah, God damn it! You want the whole building to hear you, Itsuki?
Manuel snarled through his bared teeth, his body rigid, eyes twitching in anger. If Itsuki was scared of Throttle, he was now downright terrified by the look in Manuel's eyes. There was a knock at the door a couple seconds later.
Vernandez, it's your neighbor Roxanne. What in God's name is going on in there?
Manuel's demeanor changed to panic. Throttle limped behind the wall and out of view as Manuel went to the door. I'm sorry about the noise, Miss Darcy. It's nothing major, Manuel said with his best innocent voice, his mind racing to come up with an excuse as he nervously scratched the back of his head. I just have some friends over. We were just playing the latest Aliens game. Rid Scott put some terrifying moments into it. That's why my friend screamed. He was playing it and got scared. It's nothing to worry about.
Well, keep it down in there, young man.
Roxanne snapped.
I can hear your friend all the way down the stairwell. Sounded like someone's getting murdered.
They heard her stomp her foot and storm off. Manuel leaned against the door, letting out a big sigh of relief. Great cutie pie impression, Itsuki, Ikutani said sarcastically. Now, Manuel, you've got a lot to explain.